What's up everyone, Jason from Thin Line Defense. Today we're going to show you an awesome upgrade from the folks over at Mantis. Walsh did a previous video talking about the benefits of the Mantis Blackbeard system, and today we'll be showing off the Mantis BlackbeardX. Let's see what they got in store for us. Now, as mentioned, we've had some dealings with Mantis over the years. Their booth at SHOT Show is always busy and entertaining as people are always trying to battle their friends for superiority. Austin over at Mantis is always showcasing some awesome products over there, and his presence on YouTube is always educational. But if it's been a while for you, here's a quick refresher on who Mantis is. Mantis is a company whose future is driven by shooters and engineers. I'm talking the nerdy kind of engineers. But those nerdy engineers who probably got swirlies in middle school have the aim to improve 1 million shooters every year. And if you ever have a chance to go to a convention where Mantis has a booth set up, you'll meet a bunch of folks who are excited about the products they bring to market and excited about teaching everyone how to become a better shooter. Now, Mantis has this really cool mission that kind of drives them. They want to speed up your shooting improvement faster than anybody else could. And their teaching method is one I really love, which in a nutshell is this. If you lack the skill or the knowledge, Mantis is there for you to help build those skills and build that knowledge base at a minimal cost to you to fill that brain with everything you might need. But the willingness needs to come from you, the shooter. There's nothing that Mantis can do that could affect your will. So, no couch potatoes here. You need to want to improve. Now, with that out of the way, let's take a look at the BlackbeardX. Again, Walsh showed off the original Blackbeard almost 2 years ago. And it was a neat system that allowed you to practice using your AR in a safe environment. Essentially, it was a laser trainer that also reset your AR trigger. One of my favorite videos I've seen of the Mantis Blackbeard system being used was Jerry Mitchell kind of being woken up in the middle of the night by his wife and him engaging targets in his house. And with the original Blackbeard, there were so many good training opportunities that you could do, again, from the comfort of your home. But what are the differences with the BlackbeardX? As you see here on the left is the original Blackbeard system with the body shape of a standard straight 20-round mag. On the right is the BlackbeardX with your typical 30-round PMag shape. And the laser that takes up the bolt carrier group space looks the same in both setups. You could also get it in a red laser or a green laser, but as far as looks go, that's about it, the magazine difference. I even think the battery size is the same between the two magazines, which is big enough, I think. You get 50,000 shots off before you would need to recharge it. Well, why just switch the magazine size? Well, that's where the magic comes in. With the original Blackbeard system, you had a trigger resetting laser. Great for training, but the only way you could get feedback is if you had the Mantis X10 mounted on a rail on the front of your gun. And this worked great for a lot of us. You could select in the app if the Mantis X was on a pistol or a rifle and then go to town. However, the BlackbeardX combined those two. And let me show you how this works. On the bottom of the BlackbeardX magazine is this little button. Push that in and this blue light turns on. You can then connect it to your Mantis X app using Bluetooth connectivity of your phone. Now you can LARP in your garage with the best of them. And seriously, it was the only place I could set up targets where their kids wouldn't be present. So this turns a system from a cool dry fire practice system to a great training system. Take the basic Rifleman's course. The app then takes you down a lane of training with the system. You have 10 courses you have to go through and reach certain goals the system sets for you. Some are basic, like fire 10 shots, no timer, and they get more advanced as you progress, like a kneeling drill or an average of 85 points over a 10-shot range. Now, not super difficult with a rifle, but you might be asking yourself, how does this system exactly help you? Well, here's an overlay of just one of the sessions I went through, which was a 25-shot open training. Here in the first screen, we see a list of each shot, my score, and the time it took me to make that shot. You'll see here, there's a little emblem next to my 15th and 16th shot. 15th was my fastest shot, and the 16th was my slowest. And I totally did that on purpose to show you guys this. Totally. Moving on, you see the trophy next to my 20th shot, which was my highest score. The next screen shows you what my gun was doing and possibly why it was doing it. Pulling with my firing hand, click on the red and there's an explanation of what you may be doing and how to fix it. In this instance, because there was no recoil to anticipate, I need to have a slightly more relaxed grip on this rifle. Now, how likely is it that this is the actual cause? Well, for me, probably pretty likely. Even during this training, I think I went through 200 shots with this thing. My hand was cramping, so that tells me I was gripping the gun too hard. All right, next screen is just a line graph of my scores and a bar graph that shows the movement during the trigger press and the hold movement. Now, I think this is super beneficial for training purposes. I know I need to be better about pulling that gun into my shoulder with my support hand and try to reduce that hold movement. Now, this last screen is really cool and gives you some awesome information. In the upper right-hand corner, it shows you the cant of the firearm during the shot and the average cant over the shots in the series. And this ties in with the previous screen. The blue is the movement in the hold. The yellow is the movement in the trigger press, with the white X being where the shot placement was. And as the shooter, it amazes me to see how much movement is happening with that gun during the trigger squeeze. Kind of feel like a high schooler taking tests again, like I really should just trust my gut and whatever my first answer is. If I would have pulled the trigger faster, I would have gotten better scores. So we can see what this thing does in terms of how it operates. Let's see how it does for folks who have no firearms experience. My son asked me to do a firearm safety course for his youth group. And I thought this would be a great opportunity to show off this tool to a new generation. It was great to see them excited about using this tool. And we ran through 2 drills with them. The first was just a 5-shot series and seeing how fast can you shoot it and what your score was. So the highest score won. The other drill that I ran the youth through was 1 shot from low ready, and time was more important in that instance. But all that brings me to my first pro with the system. Using the system, you get the weight of an AR, you get your trigger pull, your optic, all of that. You just don't have to deal with the recoil. And that was something that I saw that I thought was very educational for these youth that I was teaching firearm safety to. The weight, you know, they were holding it up and they were trying to get that perfect sight picture. And after a while, you see them kind of bring the gun down like, yeah, 6 pounds doesn't sound like a lot, but it does seem like that when you're holding it out for a long time. So being able to experience this training with the actual AR that you would train with in a live fire, but you're doing it in a dry fire setting. The next big pro, having that Mantis X system built into the magazine gives you everything you've come to love in the Mantis X line, but in an AR package. You get all the same fantastic feedback you'd expect from the Mantis line of firearm tools. And this could really help you train out of your bad habits before you ever fire an actual shot. And Walsh and I talk about this a lot. There's definitely a place for live fire training, but in today's economy, think of your pocketbook. Save your ammo so you can confirm your training. Practice at home, confirm at the range. And the Mantis BlackbeardX is the only one that I know of that lets you do this. Next pro would have to be the battery life of this system. With 50,000 shots before needing to recharge, you can play with this every day to your heart's content. For added pleasure, add that antimatter scope switch. All right, cons, and I really have just one. That would be the robustness of the construction of this battery. The Mantis X app actually has a reload drill, and if you have 2 of these battery packs, you can easily train with this. However, you better have a very soft landing spot for your battery. I just can't see this thing lasting through the abuse of dropping it on dirt, grass, or especially concrete. But you could definitely do tactical reloads with this thing. All right, so should you buy it? Well, you hate this answer, but it depends. If you have the original Blackbeard and the Mantis X10, yeah, probably not. If you don't own either of those and you want a system to help you train with your AR, the Mantis BlackbeardX is pretty much the only system you should get. This tool can help you train with your gun, your trigger, your optic, all within the comfort of your home. But that's it for me, folks. I hope this video was beneficial for you, kind of highlighting the cool technology that Mantis is bringing to market. I'd like to say thanks to our patrons and our YouTube members. You guys rock. We truly appreciate your support. And thanks to everyone that likes, comments, and subscribes. Comment down below. Let me know what you think of the Mantis BlackbeardX system. All right, guys. I'm out. I mean, kids are loud.